So welcome everyone to the Saturday training call. I'm very excited today. We have some really old friends of mine, Matt and Kim Curtis. I have known them for years and years and years. It's amazing when you think about it. I think I met you guys probably back in 2006, right?
Yeah, wow. Maybe before
that. Crazy. Right? Even before that. Wow. So today we're going to talk about following up. And I asked Matt and Kim if they would come on and share. They're just fantastic people, great leaders in the business. And it's always great to have different people's insights because everybody does this business in their own way. And the way that you do the business is perfect for you, but it's so nice to be able to hear what other people are doing. So you can take a little bit of what works for everybody else and use it in your own business. So without further ado, I'm going to turn the floor over. Hi, Matt. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
Hey, Onyx, how you doing?
Man, we're fired up to be here today. It's always fun.
All right.
Yes, it is. Well, welcome.
Yeah, or hey, that really is our goal, is to have fun. And the number one thing is to have fun. You want to have fun with it, right, Onyx? Build this in the nooks and crannies of life and have fun with it. You know, I know at the beginning, I know, hey, look, hey, thanks for having us on. We're real excited. You guys see our picture on the screen? Because all I see is a little black face.
That's what Coach is anyway.
That's great. Yeah. So anyway, we're excited to be on. And Onyx, you know, we've known her and the family, the kids forever, and it's just great to reconnect with them. Kim and I have we've been in the industry for a while, since way back in 06 and 06, and we were excited. We built that last company with Onyx and Steve and Gina to $1 billion in 3.5 years, and we're just going to share some of that. You know. What we've been doing. It's what we love. We love network marketing. We love direct sales. We love people. And if you're a people person, then this is for you. So, you know, this is really, they asked us to talk about follow-up. And with me, sometimes, you know, the follow-up is the close. A lot of times, especially when you're first getting started, the follow-up's the close, because a lot of times friends do what friends do. And the whole friends do what friends do thing is like, you call your friends up, they go, hey, if you're doing it, I'm doing it. You know, you got some close friends. And then the other close friends just say, hey, I'm not doing this without you. So we'll talk a little bit more about, you know, how to come in and how to come out of it. And your approach will be different with everybody, and especially as you get making your list.
That's true. So I want to tell you a little bit about Matt and I. We are, we've been together since we were young, and we have 4 adult children, amazing kids, doing their life, which is fun. And we have 8 grandbabies, all the way from 4 to 12. So it's quite an age range, and we have a lot of fun with them. And we love direct selling, this profession. It's fun, and it's changed Matt and I's life and our family's life. But one of the reasons I want to share with you, because when you're out contacting, you want to get to know the people that you're contacting. So when you're reapproaching someone that you haven't talked to in a while, you know, ask them a little bit about themselves. Ask them what they've been doing. How are their kids? How are their grandkids? You know, how's their mom and dad? Because when you go out connecting with people, this business is all about relationships. How's the family doing? You want to connect with them on some level before you start talking to them about a product. And of course, you always lead with the product because we have an amazing product. So everybody's going to be different. Obviously, if it's one of your great friends, then you're going to approach them a little differently. I like to have fun with my friends. I had a girlfriend that I was contacting the other day, and you know, I'm talking to her, and I had given her some patches, and I was like trying to move her along a little bit. So I thought I'd share this story with you guys today. So I started sharing little closings with her, and I said to her, well, which one of these closings do you like? I mean, it started to get funny. I'm like, which one of these closings do you like? And we went back and forth a little bit, and I said, how about just get your butt in? So, I mean, with a friend, it's obviously totally different than when you're approaching someone that you haven't seen in a long time. And that's where the relationship comes in. People get in because of your integrity, if they know you, because of your integrity, because of trust. And the more you expose people to this business, the more people that you're going to be able to help and that are going to get to see how amazing this patch really is. But the truth is, this is all about them. So when you meet with them, you know, I like to say God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. You need to do more listening when you're first approaching someone about this. And you don't necessarily need to come, you know, Matt's got a lot of business people in his life. So when he approaches them, he they know that he's possibly coming to them about a business. So they're not put off by that. But there are people that you're going to approach that you are going to just share the product with. We have amazing product, and we need to patch as many people as we can, lead with the product and get it out there so that people have the exposures. The exposures, that's what builds your business. If you're sitting home with holding on to your patches real tight and you're saving them for something.
Don't be stingy.
You don't be stingy. If you're sitting home saving them for something, it's not going to happen. So get them out there and patch everyone. And literally, Matt patched some the other day, and within an hour or two, the lady said, wow, I think I feel something. So everybody's response to the patches are different. That's true. And I like how Onyx always says it doesn't cure or fix anything, but it is an amazing product. And the more we get it out there, the more exposures we have, the bigger our business is going to grow.
All right. Come on, Kim. Hey, that's incredible. I love Kim. When we first got started many years ago, Kim was a stay-at-home mom, and I had a construction company. And then we started, this might be for somebody out there, we started working together. We went, wow, we do life together good, but working together is a little tricky. But we have learned how to, with our different personalities, we've learned how to work together. And one of the Kim always reminds me of, and this really goes along with the follow-up, is Kim always says, you talk too much. Well, I was just born that way. I know Onyx says she has that problem. And hey, Gina's fired up. Steve's a little more subdued. You can count on him to not overtalk you. But I always say that when I'm doing the follow-up. When I go to make the call, I say, Matt, don't talk too much. I have to do self-talk. And you might have to too, because, hey, look, we are all excited. The way this thing is growing and exploding through Palm Beach County with Steve and Gina and Onyx teaming up together, and all the teams are growing, and everybody's flat excited. So it's hard for you. Hey, look, at your closest friends know you anyway. So if you're gonna blow up on your closest friends, if you get too subdued, they're gonna be, wow, what happened to Matt? These things must be a downer. So I am excited, and I let people know I'm excited.
Well,
so
people need to know you're excited too. You should tell your face that you're excited.
Hey, I have people practice to being excited. There's some people that are so subdued that they come over and they go, oh, I think I got this thing. It's a badge. And I go, remember, I used to say, get in front of them here and say, I'm excited. Before you go in their house or before you get them on the phone, you do have to get your excitement level up. Now, if you're too excited, you got to bring it down. Let's try to relate to everybody. Somewhere in the middle is always good. I do want them to know that I have an urgency and an excitement when I'm doing the follow-up and the close. And I talk about follow-up and the close almost in the same sentence, because most of the time, it's not like a decision of a lifetime. You're not trying to get people to, hey, you're not asking them to marry you or to go partners on a boat or
get a tattoo.
Get a tattoo. Thanks, Kim. Get a tattoo, whatever it might be. This isn't like a decision of a lifetime. This is a life. We always lead with the product. This is a life-changing opportunity. It's a life-changing product. The testimonies that we are getting, we hear these testimonies every day, and I am feeling guilty, and we're working this pretty hard. We're sharing this. Onyx, we're sharing this a little bit outside the nooks and crannies of our life, and you will too at the beginning. You're excited. You got 2, 3, 4, 500, 600,000 names in your phone, your Facebook, your LinkedIn. These are things that are on QF Team Biz, how to build your list, how to find people in your list. But it's crazy because there's so many people that you want to get this to, because you've been hearing the testimonies like crazy. So share your personal testimony. If you don't have one yet, you're just getting started, share other people's testimonies. It doesn't have to be yours.
And we're always thinking of people that we can share this with. That's another thing. This is follow-up and contacting and follow-up, but keep your list going.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want, last thing you want to do is run out of a list, because you can be driving in your car and have a little notepad and write down, oh man, I didn't think of them, because everybody can benefit from this product.
Yeah. Hey, that is part of, getting started. First of all, to have a follow-up, you got to have made a contact, right? You got to have an invite. I call people all the time, and if I miss them, I send them the X39 video so that they kind of know what I'm going to talk about. A lot of times I love it if I call, usually after dinner until 9, people are home, they'll answer the phone, your friends will answer the phone. Sometimes I hang up and call them back. I know they'll talk to me, especially like your first 10. So you're going to make a list of, like Onyx says, make a list of your first 10, second 10. And I have the same thing. I had my notes over there. I wanted to show them to you. It's the same thing. I always have my first 10, my second 10, and I write down when I called them, if I sent them the information, if I patched them, when I patched them, so that I'm able to go back and find out where I'm at with them. Because hey, if you go out and talk to hundreds of people at a time, it's hard to follow up on them. I know one of the things that kind of get us, if you don't keep notes, you're not going to be able to figure out what's going on with where you're at with the whole thing. You do want to keep track of where you're at and where you're at with them. You want to, if you forgot the name of their kids, I love writing their wife's name down, the kid's name, what's going on. When I follow up with them, if it's a first time call, I say, look, I got something I want to talk to you about, but hey, I haven't talked to you in a while. Let's talk about what's going on in your life. How are your kids doing? I'll make notes of what their kids' names are at first, or if I forget, and you know how it is, you can be a little forgetful, especially when you're excited. So make a couple of notes before you make the call. Your goal really is to just connect with the people again. I love when Onyx says we want to make a list of what the people that we want to spend time with. Hey, the next big trip's in Costa Rica. So you want to call the people. Your first 10 wants to be people that you want to do business with. And I've always said from the very beginning, I've always said, don't let your friends and family miss this opportunity for better health and better wealth. Everyone you know needs the patch. So you have the cookie. So don't call up all cheapish like you ain't got it. You got it. Your goal is to not freak them out with you knowing that you got it, but just to somehow get them to one of two things. Of course, at the beginning with me, guys, I'm the closer. I can't help it because I know they need it. I don't let them make a decision of whether or not they want to do it. I've been saying for years, I don't care if you build this business or not, but you have got to try this patch. It is going to change your life.
And you always
when I
say
that,
need to be told what to do.
And that's right, Kim. I believe that. Look, I have worked for people, not often, but I am used to. I need to be told what to do. Kim tells me regularly what to do.
Yeah.
And that's true. But people are used to being told what to do. So I tell my friends, I have got to get you this patch. I'm going to run it over to you today, but I'm going to get your spot in the tree. At the beginning, when you're with your first 10, 20, maybe 30 people, these are your closest friends and family that are in your phone, and you got to get them a spot in the tree. I'm sorry, whether they want to do it or not. Most people don't want to do this. Kim and I didn't want to do this. The second day back in, I'll tell you, Steve and Gina and Onyx, we already told them, hey, are we doing this again? And the answer is yes. We're doing this again because we love it. Because people need the patch and people need the money. You guys, I'm telling you what, the handwriting's on the wall. In 2005, gas hit $4 a gallon. Everybody quit driving big cars. The housing market crashed, then the stock market crashed. And guys, I don't want to get any kind of downer. And I hope that this isn't a prophecy. I hope it's not true. But you can pretty much see what's going on. It's already happening. People are going to be needing a side hustle. Guys, people need better health, and they're going to need the cash. And we're just like last time, Onyx says, and Steve and Gina, we didn't participate in the biggest recession that ever hit, the Great Recession. We did not participate in that. In fact, I made a mistake back then. We hit crazy money, the kind of money. I was making more money than the CEO of General Motors when he got fired. And that isn't me. I was a knucklehead carpenter that believed in a product and went out there with passion and shared it, had nothing to do with me. I got in the right business at the right time with the right people like we are today. So just know it, that exactly what happened back in 2006, 7, and 8 is happening right now. Do not go buy a triple black Phantom. You can't relate to anybody. I drive a Jeep around. I'm more relatable with that than I am anything. You want to be relatable to as many people as you possibly can. But hey, back to my notes. I do have notes set in here because I got dyslexia. I don't even know that. I can't get the letters right either. So, but I'm, and the more excited I get, the worse it gets. But okay, let's get back to where I was at. Okay, here we go. We're going to make a list. The top 10 people that you have are your easiest people. You're going to call them up. And in fact, I called a friend of mine. I hadn't talked to him in 8 years. And I said about 3 sentences. I never even hardly got a chance to say X39. And he said, yes. I said, no, you got to hear this out. You got to at least let me tell you what it is. He just said yes, because we miss hanging out with each other and he wanted to do it with us. You're going to have people like that. Then there was another gentleman that I bumped into pretty regularly, and I gave him 5 patches. And I called him back. And when you call him back, you're thinking, oh, wow, what I'm going to say, I don't know this guy that great. And somehow, because I sent him the website, the first thing he said to me was, okay, what's up with this diamond pack? And now here's a guy that's done networking, and I've done networking, and neither one of us knew the other did networking. But when he had the patch on for 5 days, it changed his life. He closed himself. So many people, if you get the patch on them, if you do your 3-3-1, right? You're gonna patch 3 people a day. We're talking about the follow-up 3 people a day, and we're gonna do one person on the Zoom. And sometimes I like making sure they watch one of the most recent Zooms also, so that they can kind of plug into the system. But that's really where it's at. So I'm going to go back to Getting your excitement level up. Guys, that is the thing. If you're not excited, you got to get your excitement level up. And you want to make sure that you have the app on the table. That's one of the things that I always did. I always have a pen in my hand. And I always say, hey, when it gets close to the, I try not to talk much at all. Once I find out where they're at, I say, I got to get you some of these patches. They're not surprised. My first 10, 20, 30 people were not surprised that I had an app on the table and a pen in my hand. So if you're new, remember, don't let your closest friends and family miss this opportunity for better health and better wealth. So if they know you're coming in, they want to get in business with you. They can tell your excitement level. They don't. Hey, we told people, hey, we're putting this together. Steve and Gina came to us and they're putting a new thing together with Onyx Coale. Those people all get in. Those are your friends that have done the industry before, or they just know these guys from the area. We all lived in the same area for years and people just wanted to be a part of it. But when it gets into some of the, you start to get into your 30, 40, 50th person, or if you're just getting started like that, and some people are not that sure, you know what? Some people are not great at getting the enrollment, getting the application signed up. And that's one of the things you have to practice on. You really do. You have to ask for the sale. If you don't ask for the sale, you'll never get it. So I always teach people, look, be ready. Because a lot of people, like the other day with my friend Steve, he said yes. He said yes before I was ready to have him say yes. So I had to learn like I'm trying to learn right now, just not to talk
The
as
other
much.
thing is a lot of people, you're going into your approach with them and you're talking. And I had a friend say to me, you had me in the first 5 or 10 minutes and you kept on going. So
you know what,
the truth is that you need to give them a chance to process and let them speak back to you. It's important because sometimes we had a fellow in our business and we called him the bulldozer. You cannot bulldoze your way into this. You have to be patient with people and share from your heart and allow them to try the patches and to go. And the thing is, I wanted to say, Matt and I have 2 different personalities. And so everybody's going to share from their own place, which I love because he has a different, sometimes I need him, but he has a different approach than I do. And so my approach works for me. And my friends, his approach works because he's around a lot more business type people. So everybody, you're perfect for what you're going to do. You're perfect for this business. You're fully equipped. You just have to have the confidence and go out and do it. And practice makes perfect. The more you share this business, the more you contact people, the more comfortable you get. That's what I tell people in my business. Because believe it or not, follow-up, contacting and follow-up is a struggle for some people in this business. And that you just have to step out in faith and do it because people are going to be a lot more receptive, especially to a product like this than you think they are. And the Quantum Field X39 team is an amazing resource for all the different, anything anybody asks me, they can go to the website and find it. Or, she has the Facebook, she has TikTok. I didn't even know that till this morning, but that's really sweet. And your daughters have done an incredible job getting this all put together. And the YouTube videos have been a lifesaver for me sharing the business. But the 331 is very doable. And we cannot forget that. You shared it, patch 3 people, interact with 3 people or follow up. And, when I follow up on somebody, I don't say to them, how you feeling? Matt always says, you don't ask a question you might get a negative answer to. Just say to them, man, you must be feeling amazing. Oh, I bet you're feeling the same as a lot of people are feeling. Wow, people are having better sleep, more energy, aches and pains. Which one of those are you feeling? Don't ask a question that you might get a negative answer to. That has really helped me because then I can lead in and share this product with them more and see where they're at and where their next step is. And then invite them to a Zoom. People have enjoyed these Zooms, Onyx, that you're doing on, and Steve and Gina are doing on Wednesday nights, and that they have something that they can plug into every night. It's made a huge difference in our team already. And another thing I want to share right here is you have people when you're building your business asking questions. And Matt and I learned a long time ago that get the LifeWave the phone number for the LifeWave corporate and refer them to that. If they have, you cannot be the answer person. So if it's not a highly important question, it's everyday question, you should direct them to the LifeWave Corporation to walk them through some things. So
Quantum Field Team Biz has all the answers. So does corporate. So you don't want to be the answer person. Then you spend your whole time. You're going to spend your whole life. And there's going to be no nooks and crannies. If you don't point people to the right direction, you will. You'll be the full-time to the website, to the
corporation.
Hey, Onyx.
This program that you put together, Onyx, is so duplicatable and doable, and that's what I love.
We talked about that with Steve and Gina. Thanks for Onyx. Thanks for having that all put together before Steve and Gina, Kim and I and the team got here. We really appreciate that, and that's going to help us. We know how tough that is, being in the industry for years. So that's really a big deal. You know what? I do love telling people to just get the patches. You want to talk to them about what's going on in their life. What are their health issues? You know, somewhere around 40, your warranty wears out. So when I start talking to people about how it made my foot pain go away, how I've been sleeping crazy, how I have energy, a euphoria. You know, somebody said, "Wow, is this stuff addicting?" I said, "I hope so." You know, you just feel like I run to that patch every day. Onyx, I'm doing my best not to stick one on each temple. Believe me, I'm like that. I'm just so energized by this patch. I can't believe what's going on. And then, hey, a lot of your friends, you know, darn it, some people need money. We're going to be able to help our friends feel great and help them get the money monkey off our back. That's what we experienced in the first business. We helped a lot of our friends retire and get free and get their kids through college, save their house during some tough times coming in. That's what I love about the follow-up. Let's find out what your friends need and what your family needs, and let's meet that need for them. And I write down what their dreams are and what their goals are and what they're going through right now. If they got a surgery coming up, you know, you want to just love everybody.
We're doing life with people.
This is the best part about, you know, so many people need this industry to be able to have more people in their lives. Sometimes you're closing people, not just for their health and for their money. Some people just need more people loving on them. And that's what direct sales network marketing has always been, is that we're all just going to love each other. Whether you sponsor one person or 300 people, we're going to love you all the same. We're not looking at anybody as numbers or dollars. We're looking at what the patch can do for you and what can we do for you. If you need prayer, if you need whatever you need to ride somewhere, if you got a flat tire. I love that. We used to say that about who are you going to call if you get a flat tire, or who would call you? That's who goes on your list first. You do this business with the people you already do life with. And that's why you don't get a lot of no's, because I tell people, like I said earlier, I don't care if you ever build a business, but you have got to use this patch. It's going to change your life. And I say, look, I got to get this to you. I'm going to get you in to get your spot in the tree, get the patches coming to you. You already know kind of which. Some people want to go to the big kits. Some people will start at bronze. You could tell in a short conversation what they're going to be comfortable. I never like overselling anyone. Now, if they've been in the business and they understand it, fine. I might go to the big one. If they got all kinds of cash and I know they got some health issues, they're going to need to stick more patches on the husband and wife or whatever. I know who needs the bigger kits. But I can also tell if somebody's a little reluctant. I'd rather put you in on a bronze pack. And look, I've done it. You put them in on a bronze pack, then I'll drive all the way to their house and give them 5 to 7 patches or 7 to 14, depending on.
And most of them are
single.
Upgrading anyway.
Yeah,
so
everyone
get
will
in and
upgrade.
get excited.
As soon as you feel it, you upgrade. But even if I put them in at bronze, I drive to their house if I can and get them the patches. I don't want to wait for the mailman to get them what I just was so excited about. Okay, hey, great, you're in at bronze. We'll see you in a few weeks. No, we are engaging in these people's lives right away on a regular basis. And that's what the follow-up's about. The follow-up's about loving the people and getting them in. And they can tell you're sincere and that you love them and you're not doing this for you. That's incredible.
So I want to share about, okay, you've followed up, you've closed them, and then you want to be, and we're talking about being there for folks. Well, the truth is you also have to motivate them. And so the first thing that I realized is that, I mean, you put some people in the business and they take right off. They don't need direction. They're just, I mean, we had somebody come into our business and the person already had 4 applications. They were ready to go. How about that? I mean, the person realized we have an amazing product here. I want to build a business. And the person came to the door with 4 applications to get started. They were already at the silver level. But what if you have people in the business that have never built a business like this, or they're slow to get started? They really want to build a business, but they're slow to get started. Well, the first step in this business is manager. And so this is really done on your own efforts, but it is the first thing you want to accomplish. I love accomplishments and I love goals, and I love to set goals for the people in my business. And believe me, you can motivate. I call it the girls in my business. We motivate males and females, but I like to motivate the girls in my business. And you can motivate them out of love. Honestly, it does not have to be a rigorous, what can you do for me type thing. I'm motivating people out of love. And if you're on this call and you're in my business, we have fun with this. But most people that want to build this as a business, they want to move to the next step. So the manager, in my opinion, 2 left on silver kits or above, 2 right on silver kits and above is an easy thing for you to manage. I like that they call it manager because it's easy to manage, but it really is all on your own efforts. You're getting started. So the company's gonna reward you and give you a name because you're motivated enough to go out and share this with 4 people. And you give them some skin in the game by getting them on silver and above. It's easy process, but it's the first thing that you need to do. And you know what, if you're sitting here right now and you haven't done it yet, step out and do it because it's really fun. You've reached your first goal, and Onyx is sweet enough to, it's funny how excited the people in our business get. They're sending us their pictures left and right. They're excited that Onyx and Steve and Gina are going to recognize them then in the team. And then sometimes I'll text Steve and Gina and have them text them. It's the sweetest thing because even though it's just manager, they are fired up to have accomplished something in this business and in their life that is recognizable. And so they go for it. And they get excited about it. So that's the first thing. But then your next, so you know what? So if you're sitting there contemplating, go out and do it. It's fairly easy to do, and it's very motivating. But the next thing is director. And I also want to thank the company because now they've said to you, now you got to put your leadership hat on. Okay, you've gotten in the business and put 4 people in on silver and above, and you're now a manager, but we want you to put your leadership hat on in this business and start leading. And I love that motivation. You are leading them to find managers, and that is really good for your business. This also all, haven't talked about it, but this all goes into volume. So, I mean, not only are you motivating people and they're getting the recognition and we're having so much fun, but it also grows your business. Isn't that the whole point of building a business? And you want to see things happen in your business. So it causes growth in your business to motivate people to go manager and director. It's our first steps. And the company really, recognizes us for doing this. Don't get in management mode yourself. I mean, some people get into it right away, some people in the middle of their business, and some people down the road. Don't ever go in management mode. That's why Onyx set up 331. She's been doing this. She's been in this type of business for the past 20 years or whatever it is, Onyx, that you would call it. Less than that, 15 probably, but
17, who's counting?
Yeah, 17, who's counting. But you want to, don't get in management mode. Always be building your business and achieving the next goals yourself, and always helping people.
That's right.
Don't go into management mode and just, practice what you preach. The speed of the team is the speed of the leader. I mean, that's something we've always said. And 331, don't ask your team to do things that you're not willing to do.
That's right. That's great, Biz. That's true. The funny part about that is even some people in this, like Kim is saying, that people are like, wow, some of our other things, we only did one other thing really, but it was pretty tricky because what we're doing was just sharing with our friends our heart and how we believe in the product. So it's so easy for you to get your first 4 people because it's just what you're using your testimony. But I have some people, and if you're on the call and you've been in a few weeks or a few months or maybe even a year, and you have your closest friends and family aren't trying the X39, I want you to go back to them and say, hey, I don't know what I missed when I first called you, or I called you a couple of times. Maybe I didn't follow up. Maybe I said the wrong thing. But you've just got to try this product. I was early on just with my brother and his best friend. And I said, hey, Jeff, did you sponsor Dave yet? He goes, no. Well, Dave ended up over at Jeff's house, and I'm sitting there and I go, Dave, I really don't get this. Here's my brother all fired up on this patch, and you're his best buddy. And you're not in business with him yet? Are you kidding me? Sometimes you need a little push. But some, like our friends, I've had a lot of friends call and say, Matt, this thing is so much easier than anything. When you say stem cell regeneration, people just want to get in. Now, our last thing was a fruit juice. I had to talk to you about fruit juice. That was a little fruity, but we did incredible with it. But when you say stem cell regeneration, this is like the latest, greatest thing. Everybody says, almost everybody, if you'll say that, and then listen, right? Onyx and Steve and Gina, they try to coach me all the time to quit talking. Thank you, Kim. But when you say stem cell regeneration and then just stop, like Onyx says, they go on for 10 minutes about their friend had the knee. I've already had the $15,000 estimate, or 15 to 20. And my doctor says this, and my friend's doing that. And like Onyx says, this industry is going to bazillions. I don't know the numbers, but it is just crazy right now, guys. Time is right for you to help your friends. The timing is incredible. Yeah, when you do your follow-up to get your friends in the system and wearing the patch, and you're not doing it for you, you're doing it for them. That's what I love about this. Don't ever look at yourself and say, I'm doing this for me. Kim's right about the management mode. Don't ever get into management mode. One of the things Onyx teaches from the very first part, very first day she got in the business, you stay in the sponsoring mode. Because, hey, you know what? I said to somebody the other day, just a couple of days ago.
Well, the sponsoring mode's fun too, by the way.
The sponsoring mode is the business. The fun part is meeting new people. But I said to a friend the other day, oh man, I really want to feel something. And I said, I'm not going to say your name, you're probably listening. But I said, look, you know, you've only had the patch on 4 or 5 days. I go, they're saying it takes 1 to 7 days to maybe feel something. It takes 30 days to know what's going on in your body. You know, you are a wreck. And this thing's got so much to fix. Some people are saying, wow, I feel tired. You know, healing takes energy from your body. Most people are feeling euphoric, but I'm getting people, wow, I'm getting tired. I go, well, I actually happen to know you, and you're a nuclear waste dump. Your body's detoxifying. You got stuff coming out of your body. You're getting headaches. Your stem cells are healing your cells. And you know what? Just hang on. Don't say, oh, I just want to feel something before I start. That is selfish. Get on qbiz.com and listen to the testimonies and realize that your friends are just like all the other people out there, and they need the patch whether you get your feeling or not. And that's another thing with the clothes. So look, let's get your spot in the tree and get some patches coming to you. Again, you got to have an attitude. You get on the phone with an expectancy that they're going to get in business with you. And I used to go over to my friend's house and still do. I walk in with the application and I walk out with it filled out. I get on the phone with the application in my hand and I get off the phone with it filled out. I don't get a lot of no's because I tell them, I don't care if you do this business, but you have got to wear this patch with me. It's going to change your life. Guys, it's an attitude. It's a flat attitude. You don't need to sponsor a gazillion people. I will tell you right now, from experience, and Steve and Gina will tell you the same thing. Somewhere around 50, you can't follow up on them. You can't do them service. You can't do the 331. You can't do the follow-ups, and you can't help more than a handful or 2 handfuls of people at a time. I love social media because in the emails and the Facebooks and plugging them into the system, because you can work with more. But to really get into people's lives and help them get manager, call them on the phone. Hey, you're only 1 away. Let's get you manager. Be looking down into your team and getting people to the next level and finding out where they're at. And hey, what are you saying? Well, I haven't sponsored. Well, what are you saying? And then you can counsel them. Give them some of what we're talking about here today. Give them a little attitude, a little expectancy, and say, look, I want you to hang on to that app. I got the pack right over there. I want you to hang on to that app and that pen when you're calling your friends, because you're going to be doing them a favor if you send them the patches. If you haven't already driven to their house, or you can't drive to their house, you're going to be doing them a favor by getting those patches coming to them. We also go to the post office every day. We mail patches all over the country. I know a lot of you guys are doing it. It works. After the people wear the patch for 4, 5, 7 days, they are calling you back wanting more. One girl, Kim's friend, she's thinking 3 or 4 days. She calls Kim, no, I'm really not feeling it. I don't know. I'm not this. She puts her 5th patch on. She knows it's her last patch. And she calls Kim. Oh my gosh. She already told Kim she wasn't going to do it. I'm not feeling nothing. Kim said, okay, I don't know. You know, I did everything I could do. She puts her 5th patch on and calls Kim and gets a whole sleeve. Look, it doesn't matter. Meet them where they're at. You know, and don't freak them out. I mean, I don't always I usually always get the app filled out, but that's not what it's about. That's just for them. But you know what? If they don't fill the app out after their first sleeve, say, look, sometimes it takes 90 days to feel it. So don't ever give up on them. Just stay after them because you know they need it.
I agree. And for myself, I didn't feel my gums healing. That took a year. It took a year. But I don't know any supplement. I don't know any product. I don't know anything you could buy that can heal your gums. And clearly my periodontal dentist didn't know anything either, because he said, this doesn't make any sense to me, Onyx. He's in the industry. And I didn't feel my gums. I didn't feel my hair growing. There's so many things that are going on in your body that you don't necessarily feel. So it's, for me, it's not what I'm personally looking for. I love what you guys said today. There was so much in here. There was so much content. One of it was attitude. And after Wednesday's call, one of my presidential directors, Jill, actually called me. She's like, it was just amazing to watch Steve and Gina. You know, they were right now, go back to the person that brought you onto this call and get yourself into the business right now. Don't go to sleep tonight without doing it. And Jill said, it was fascinating. They're right. We should be asking for the very thing that we want. And I said, absolutely. And there is an attitude about it. And so much of this, we're like, you know, we're seeing it everywhere. Support the small business owners. You guys, we're small business owners. So why are you not asking your friends and family to support you in a small business? We're all, as a society, we're all recognizing, wait a minute, do we want to be supporting the big box stores, or do we want to be supporting the mom and pops? And so it's an attitude. And if that is your attitude, if you can come at it from that, that's terrific. That works 100%. So one of the things that I heard you all talk about was exposure. And, you know, I always call it the low hanging fruit. When I got started, I picked up the phone to my closest friends and said, hey, I think I found something. This is a shot in the dark. I didn't even physically have a patch in my possession when I started calling people. I started calling people off of Kathy, who was one of my girlfriends, who was my sponsor. And I called them off of her testimonial and said, hey, this is a shot in the dark, but I think I found something amazing. And do you want to get in? And they're like, yes. So those people, I call them low hanging fruit. They're easy. They don't need a lot of exposure. Other people need more exposures. So when you're following up, is there a certain amount of time that you like to give people before you're following up with them? Is there a certain number of exposures that you give them? I know when Steve and Gina signed me up in the juice business, it was not one time. They had to come by, they had to call, they had to drop a bottle of juice. I think Matt and Steve came by on their boat. I'm running inside hiding. It took a lot to get me to actually open the door, open the window, and be willing to listen to hear what they had to say. Overnight. I didn't want to have anything to do with network marketing, but everybody's different. So when you all are following up, is there different exposures? Is there amount of time? Is there something that you all do, or does it vary? I love what you said about taking notes. I heard that, you guys. Matt's very old school. He's writing notes on the people that he's interacting with. Other people on this will be using their apps and they'll be using the phones, and that's great. Everybody, you want to be the best you. So how do you all do exposures?
Yeah, you know, I'm going to let Kim say. Go ahead, Kim.
Well, I was going to say my exposures are a little different than Matt's exposures. Mine are a little more long-term, more conversations. I don't know if Brenda's on here tonight, but I put a gal in last night, and we hadn't seen each other in quite a few years, and we've had a couple of really great conversations, and she took her time trying to decide which kid she wanted to come in on, and I'm just patient. But that is not everybody's personality. And I knew she would come around. I know others will. I know people that she shares with, that she'll build a relationship with them like that. Yeah. Some people aren't patient enough for that. So they want to just go in for the, whatever you would call it. But
Matt calls it the kill, but don't call it the kill.
Yeah, no.
Call it life.
But I like to do, I always say when I lead in these calls that I like building relationships. So I like to reconnect with people, and I like to meet them where they're at. And I can be patient because I know they'll come around. Even my friend that I said, get your butt in the business. She's going to get in the business. It's just, everybody has it's a timing thing. And Onyx, you said it yourself. Yeah. It is a timing thing.
Yeah. And I actually agree with that too. And I am doing it. I love doing it. Hey, I've called people up that I haven't talked to in 10 years. And like Onyx says, we just start the dance. They know me. They know I'm a network marketer. Mm-hmm. I've never lost any friends in network marketing. There's a lot of people out there. I was with a couple of guys one time years ago. Don't be these people. These guys were the Steves. Hopefully they're on. If they are, maybe not. But the Steve said, look at me, watch us. We're going to be the guys. And they kept doing all this. And they kept saying, I'm NFL. And look at this guy. He's no bigger than I am. I don't even know what NFL is. Well, then he goes, what are you and Steve and Onyx doing? What are you, Steve and G? What are you guys doing? I go, we're sponsoring our friends. He goes, I'm NFL. He kept saying, I'm looking at this guy like, you are not NFL. You'd get killed. NFL stands for no friends left. He said, no friends left. I said, dear Lord, don't let that be me. So even though I'm pretty direct with my friends, I love the dance. Like Onyx says, I call my friend. We talk a little bit. I send him the info. And then, a few days later, I'll call him back. Hey, did you get a chance to look at it? Of course you didn't. That's fine. I'm going to send it to you again, but I'm telling you. So I don't bulldoze everyone, obviously. I love finding more out about them. Hey, where you been? How the kids doing? Heck, some of these people that you talk to, you haven't talked to as you start to go down your list 5, 10 years. You know, you want to hear about their kids, where they go to college. You got any grandbabies yet? You know, we have never lost any friends. So everybody I ever know is in my cell phone. So as I'm getting back to some people that we really connected in the past, that's where, like I said earlier about this business, I love reconnecting with people because of this incredible product. And that's part of the dance. And before it's all over, they'll understand that you're not just trying to get them, that they really, if they'll watch the video, I say, please, you got to go in there and watch the video. There's like a 3-minute, 18-minute, you matter to me, and you have to watch this. I'm not going to just bowl you over, but I'm telling you, this is going to change your life. And then I sent him a testimony. I sent the one the other night with Randy that couldn't raise his arms over his head. Now he's picking up his daughter, and his daughter's saying, Daddy picked me up, because the friends and family have never seen him pick his daughter up for 3 years. And it's changing his life like that. Testimonies like that. Forget about all the money in the world.
And the thing is,
now I'm starting to break up. He can't sell the testimony without crying.
The people we have that we shared this with that didn't get in our business, we're still friends with them. That's another thing. You don't eliminate people out of your life because not everyone relates to this. I believe that this is a profession. And that you need to grow yourself. People don't realize that this is a true profession. It is one of the most incredible professions. We would have had a hard time convincing Onyx of that one day, but it is one of the most amazing. No, and you are like amazing at it, but this is a true profession. It is life-changing to people and their families, and you need to grow yourself in this business and learn to be the best you and be able to share with people and be able to help people. I love it because you really can go in and change people's lives. You're not just selling a product. They walk out of your store and you never see them again. We're in people's lives, growing lives together. During this time, we had grandbabies, and we would run off the stage and go help our daughter deliver a grandbaby, then be right back on the stage the next day. You know, you build this in the nooks and crannies in your life. I repeat that to everybody. Onyx, it's one of the most greatest things you've said. And we get to do life with people. And for me, that's the best thing, honestly.
Like and as hey, you know what, and back to what Kim was saying, we're going to close pretty soon because, we're so fired up, but the people that want to build this with you will identify themselves. When you have got them signed up and sponsored properly at whatever level is best for them, bronze, silver, gold, diamond, after a week or two, people are calling me every day now that I was so simple. I said, look, you just got to try the product. I'm gonna send you the links and plug you in, but you do this at your own pace. As you know, this is your business or it's not your business. But when you feel this, you're gonna want to share this with your friends and family. You may not want to continue with it, but trust me, somebody, everybody you know needs the product. And then your friends will start calling you back and saying, wow, you know what? I feel it. Man, I can't believe, I don't want to say this. I text another friend of mine that was a great friend. And he says, man, if this works, that's the first thing I said to Steve. He goes, hey, Onyx got this thing. Where did I go? Steve, I hope this works. The second day, wow, this thing works. So your friends, you've already done the right thing by just getting them the patch. But they'll start calling you and identifying themselves like, oh my goodness, I feel so great. I feel so great. What do I do now? And then I always send them to your website, Onyx. I go, hey, here's your training. Everything you could possibly, there is more in there than you need. If you do have to read it all, forget it all. Because what you really need to do is have your excitement level up. You have to say photo modulation. I can't even say it yet, Onyx.
Photo biomodulation.
Go with phototherapy. Do it. Make it shorter if you need to, but everything you need is in there. And that's what I do. I lead them to that and give them some more patches.
I like how Matt has a friend that calls us up every night with applications, and he says to us, if I was doing this, I have an application if I was doing this. Every night with the same comment. It's so funny. He'll call us, we're just getting to bed. He goes, well, I've got like 2 applications for you if I was doing this.
I was going to do this. Yeah. Look, you know what? People, I don't even know why you think like that, because his last experience was incredible. And I like the new ones too, Onyx. I love the people that never did this industry before. I love them to feel it and share it with their friends and hear their moms and their brothers' testimony. I keep going back to product because I'm so blown away by these patches. Hey, you know what? We want to promote Steve and Gina's event this Wednesday night, 7:30.
It'd be so fun. Steve and Gina know how to put a party on. Believe me, it's like going to be over the top.
Yeah.
Steve and Gina are some of the best sponsors in the industry. Matt and I are super blessed. And of course, whoever your sponsor is, we're all blessed to be in this organization of Onyx's. And close with something.
Thanks,
I found something on Facebook this morning, and it's really the way I feel about the business. So at the end of the day, it's not about how much money you made, how much stuff you bought, or what you can brag about. It's about how many hearts you touch, how many lives you changed for the better, and how many people you loved. So in closing, that is my belief on this type of business. And you should stay with this business until you get that kind of feeling, because that's what you have your hands on. This is one amazing trip.
Yeah.
And that is my feeling about this type of business. And you need to stay in it till you get your feeling, because these are the kind of people you're dealing with, people that you would have your kids around. You can go into an event, leave your purse sit around. You don't have anything like this in your life, but that's what you have your hands on right now. So go out there and share it with excitement and integrity, and get her done, and have some fun.
Stay jacked on the patch. Get excited. Hey, God bless you guys. God bless you guys on the call. God bless Onyx and Steve and Gina for blessing us with this incredible opportunity. And just go get them, guys. Don't let your friends and family miss this opportunity.
Schmidt, let's not forget about
Thank you,
Mr.
David.
David, I can't wait to meet you at the conference.
Don't let your friends and family miss this opportunity, guys. God bless you.
Thank you very much, everybody. I hope everybody had a fantastic day. It's a fantastic training. Thank you, thank you, thank you. One of the things I'll remind everybody, I think Kim said it at the very beginning, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. Spend a little time listening. And it just happened to me yesterday. I was at hot yoga. I came out and the teacher's like, I really love your yoga bag. I should make some of those in Guatemala and bring them here. That would be a good business for me. And I start walking out the door. She's like, that'd be a real good business. And I'm like, if you want a good business, I turned right back around and said, I've got a really good business for you. And I immediately patched her. And next day I came to yoga. She pulls the little top of her pants down and the belly, and right there under her belly button, she's like, I got my patch on, Onyx. I said, awesome. So spend time listening. I had the same thing happen. I was in an Uber doing a 3-way call, and I start to get out, and the guy's like, excuse me. And I said, yes. And he's like, here's my card. I need you to call me. I want in that business. I'm like, okay, I'll call you. So listen, approach people, follow up with people, and watch your business grow. But you guys have got to plug in. I can't find you. You have to find us. So we'll look forward to seeing everybody on Wednesday night. If you're in Palm Beach, Steve and Gina has opened their home to everybody in the Quantum Field team. So if you're in Palm Beach or you have people in the area, prospects in the area, they're welcome to join. They can physically go there. It's fantastic. As I said on that little Facebook video that I made, it's really it will help build belief, because you can see the power of network marketing, because they have the most beautiful backyard you have ever seen in your whole life. I guarantee you. And I've been in some beautiful homes. It's beautiful. And that's what network marketing did. Network marketing built that home because they consistently and persistently worked a business, just like I'm doing. I never come off of the 3-3-1, just like Matt and Kim are doing. I never come off of the 3-3-1. That's how you build your business over time. Follow-up is a huge part of it. It's the second number 3. It's important. All right, everybody, have a fantastic day. I will either see you Monday night on the testimonial Zoom, or we'll see you Wednesday on the call. So thank you very much. Thank you, Beamy, for hosting. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks, Matt, Kim.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.